It is another day, another week in Tucson. Who would have guessed that? There was just so much more to do than we could ever have imagined, just shipping everything. We've been like practically packing packages over a week non-stop, but I had to reschedule my flight again. And I actually also haven't had a chance to do any disc golfing here yet. So I'll try to hit the course here tomorrow for a little bit of fun at least, because it's really just been a never-ending hustle, but that's just what Tucson is about. And I'm so happy you joined us here for the show, either digitally or physically here in person. And this week's cutting video is about Royal Imperial Jasper. I sold 2 absolute museum quality specimens here at the show. I hope I'll find some pictures and put them into the video as well. But they are really fun to cut. It's some beautiful banded Jasper. I would say one of the most beautiful banded Jaspers in the entire world. So I really enjoy cutting them, but it's also very much a hit or miss. There's not too much in between, I would say, because either they're complete duds or they can be turning out fabulous. And that's exactly what you're going to see in this video as well. So be excited for some fun. Unfortunately, I did not get any rough stones here in Tucson this year. It seems like most of what's been coming out in this year of mining, or the last year of mining, just wasn't quite good enough, and a lot of small nodules, not really anything big like I'm going to cut it in the video. Don't forget to hype, like and comment on the video if you enjoy those little bit of insights and cutting sessions that I'm doing. And let's hop right into my cutting workshop. This is my workshop with my Stone Master saw in Germany, and what we will be cutting with this saw today are Royal Imperial Jaspers. And these are some pretty promising looking nodules. These are nice, chunky, they have a pretty solid round shape with a lot of volume. But surprisingly, these Royal Imperial Jaspers, they don't need a lot of volume in order to create really nice banding. Let's get right into it, start with the first specimen, and then work our way through to all of these. So there's this bump right here, and then another section right here. This one clearly has less volume or less of a big face compared to if I cut it over here. So this entire section here is the main cutting angle I could do. So I have to move a little bit more to this side in order to even out the dent that's coming from there. But other than that, I'm really just cutting through the biggest face of this area here. I tilted it slightly just so I can catch the biggest face and volume of this piece. And I think I'm pretty hitting it with a center cut now. So I'm all ready to go. Oh no. You may think, well, it's not bad, because it's actually quite nice with this eye-looking pattern and also the red color. But now let's go back to the rough stones here, and you see it used to be white. Now it's with this reddish-brown color. So the only reason why it has this reddish-brown color is because it's totally soaked in oil. Once it's dried out, it will be all white again. And that's why it looks interesting now, but dried out it would just be really crap. And that's why we have the first flyer of today. The next one up is a much different shaped nodule. You can see pretty weird shape with this flat bottom, but that doesn't mean anything with these Jaspers. They really, my experience with these is just always cut them for the biggest face and also try to hit the biggest volume at the same time. So I will just probably move like 1/4 of an inch to the left of both of these ridge lines, so I just hit a little bit more of the volume while still maintaining the biggest face. Oh, that's a pretty good one. This one has quite the easy shape, I would call it. It's pretty nice and thick, pretty wide as well. And if you get the chance to cut these Royal Imperial Jaspers like high or like if you have a different kind of saw setup, I would cut them like this, because if you cut them like this, there's so much more surface area, and since they are so hard with the friction, it will just slow down the saw by so much more. All the way up will probably reduce the cutting time by half, versus if I had it drop like this onto the saw blade. So I will put it onto this little knob right here, and the one up here, and then cut it for the biggest face once around. I supported it with a little bit of a wood just to give it more friction in order to grab onto the nodule. And let's lower it to the saw blade now and start cutting.
Oh, wow. Fully banded. Oh, wow.
Really fantastic piece right here. So much going on in terms of the banding, and here you can really see every single layer of Jasper overlapping with the other one. These are just such special, one-of-a-kind finds that have been made in Mexico. It's one of, I think, just 4 or 5 Jaspers that are known for having some of the most beautiful overlapping banding worldwide. And just a really incredible piece in terms of the banding. You can also see here a little bit of the chromatography again towards the sides, the inner sides of both of these halves, with the color change coming in through that, a little bit of the healed fracture. Really interesting piece geologically, and it also seems it has just been going through a lot. It really seems like it has been like kind of broken and rehealed in so many different areas, but it really doesn't affect much the overall beauty of this piece. It's just a very classic and beautiful specimen from this locality. Super interesting piece right here with all the different layers and structures. I mean, it really looks like it's just been like one layer on top of the other, but inside it really doesn't affect the banding much at all. You will only see them as stripes, like casually running through the banding in these lines. But this sedimentation doesn't change anything of the banding inside of the specimens. Here you can see I took 2 of the wooden supports again, just to create more friction and get it in a little bit tighter. But I think I'm pretty hitting the center with the biggest face of the piece too. So let's just rip it through and see if this is any good. Yeah, same like the first one. Here you can see how the lines are actually going inside, but there is no silification inside of this specimen, and the red color is really just from it being totally soaked in the oil. So this half is just going to be joining the other one, and 2 more to go. Wish me luck. Also with this nodule, there's not really a way to clamp it in the highway, so I will be putting it in sideways. It looks like this is like a small break here on the side, so I need to take it a little bit into account for the volume on how it would have been extending if this area was actually still here. But I will be cutting right next to this area and over the biggest face and volume once around the entire piece, coming back out here at this ridgeline. Now let's go ahead and cut it.
It's not the day today. Another flyer.
This piece has a little bit going on, but nothing really nice. You can see there's no orbicular banding at all, just these kind of stripes, and also this nodule kind of turned this mustard yellowish kind of color that you can also see here. The oil totally soaked in the rim area, and there's just no banding. And without banding, no banding, no good, right? This is the last one, and it better not be disappointing us. This is the, I would say, roundest one of all of the ones we've been cutting, with the clearest dominant shape, just being like a thick balloon or avocado or whatever you want to call it. I will just go over here, put it in like this in the vise, and then cut across here like that. It always takes a couple minutes until I have it perfectly positioned in the saw. I like it. That's a process you don't get to see much of, because maybe it's a little boring when I'm just like adjusting by the finest margins of a millimeter. The end came quickly, and it looks like it's a good one. Wow. That is definitely the highlight of the day. Just absolutely spectacular piece. Yeah, this is really as good as you can hope for it to be. These Mexican Royal Imperial Jaspers are really a hit or a miss. 3 of them, total trash. I threw them right away. They were all flyers, but 3 of them also really, really spectacular pieces. Especially the last one. I think that's a really exceptional quality piece, and usually you have to cut maybe 100 specimens to get one even close to this quality, but also sometimes you are really rewarded with special quality pieces. So I think all 3 of these are very nice pairs. I'm getting all of these polished, but also you have to know these are very big sized pieces for the locality. Like almost everything that's found is maybe half the size, if not even smaller than that. So this is pretty exceptional material that I've been keeping safe for you for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I also hope you learned something about cutting these Royal Imperial Jaspers from Mexico. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think about these Jaspers in general, and if you like Jaspers at all, because I know a lot of the viewers that we have are probably more specialized in agates than in Jasper overall. But let me know if you like this kind of stuff, and subscribe to my channel to not miss what's going on in the future with other videos. And these specimens you can actually shop right on my website if you head over to www.agatebay.de. All of these are available right now, as well as many hundred more beautiful agate specimens. And you can also get an automatic 20% discount if you order at least 10 specimens at once. So great opportunity for you to save some money. I also have a sales section on my website where I regularly discount new specimens, so always worthwhile checking that out as well. I hope you had some fun watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.